Welcome. I'm Kristen Gilger, Associate Dean, and I just want to welcome you briefly to one of the most special events we hold at the Cronkite School each year, which is our Humphrey Fellows graduation program. We have been blessed to have the Humphreys here this year. I always tell people when I'm giving tours of the school and we stop by the Global Initiative Suite that this is one of the coolest programs we have at the school because you add so much to the education of our students. Dr. Bill always says that not all students can go abroad, but we can bring the world to them. I didn't quote you exactly right on that, but the idea being that you bring and add so much to our students' experience of what's going on in the world. So this special occasion is to thank you and to recognize you for all the work you've done this year and all the contributions that you've made. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Bill, who I think you know.
Thank you, Kristen. We appreciate the support that comes from the Dean's office, from Dean Barrett, Dean Gilger, and of course Dean Callahan, who without his vision and leadership, we wouldn't be here today. But we are, and it's exciting you're here with us. We need to first watch a video, because I'm a broadcaster. Why not? We're going to roll the tape. This is an important tape from Evan Ryan, who is the Assistant Secretary of State. Chris, please.
Hello, I'm Evan Ryan, Assistant Secretary of State for Educational and Cultural Affairs. The Humphrey program is powerful because it allows us to learn from each other. You represent more than 90 countries with rich histories and exciting possibilities for the future. Together, you embody a vast reservoir of knowledge and experience. For many of you, the year has probably flown by, but I am confident that the work you've been doing here and will continue to do once you return home will have a profound impact for many years to come. Throughout the last year, I hope you have taken advantage of every opportunity to learn, share your perspectives, and refine and expand your professional goals. The universities that have hosted you represent some of the best programs that America has to offer in your disciplines. I would like to express our gratitude to them for welcoming you and supporting you in pursuing your academic and professional objectives. The work you do is so important and covers a wide range of interests, from food security and economic development to climate change, women's rights, government accountability, and access to education and health care for people in need. It is my sincere hope that each one of you will take your experience as a Humphrey Fellow and translate it into building a brighter future for your country and the world. You received this fellowship because you demonstrated leadership, creativity, and a strong commitment to serve the public good. Once here, you had the opportunity to take your work to a new level and to sharpen the tools you will need for leadership positions in the future. Today, you are receiving certificates that attest to your successful completion of the Humphrey Fellowship Program. I hope that you will always look upon these certificates as an affirmation of support for your good work from the State Department, from the government of the United States, and from the American people. These certificates symbolize the ties that bind us and the spirit of tolerance, respect, and cooperation that is needed as we address shared challenges. At the State Department, we hope to keep the conversation with you going. We look forward to hearing about your successes and to working together to pursue our common goals for a just and prosperous future. Please stay in touch with us, with our embassies, with your host universities, and with each other. Humphrey Fellows are among the most active of all of our exchange program alumni, and we encourage you to maintain that tradition. There is power in numbers and power in the partnerships and networks that you have developed while you were here. So good luck and congratulations again on the completion of your Humphrey Fellowship year.
The Humphrey program was started because of the vision of President Jimmy Carter. One of our fellows, Omar, had a chance to shake Jimmy Carter's hand about 2 months ago. So the legacy lives on. How it lives on here at Cronkite Global Nation, is through the alumni network we have. Now 49 Humphrey Fellows have graced these hallowed halls. One of them, Antonio Jimenez, is here, and we invite Antonio to come up and share just 1 minute of what life's been like since he was a Humphrey Fellow at the Cronkite School.
Thank you, Dr. Beale, and good afternoon. Dear fellow fellows, congratulations. You should feel proud. It's been a wonderful year, I bet. It's fun, but also difficult, challenging, and that's what makes it valuable. Enjoy this moment. Tomorrow, take a deep breath and be prepared, because the best is yet to come. You spend a year here that will impact for many years ahead. For me, it's great to be here. I'm very proud of being a Humphrey Fellow and of being a Sun Devil too. So congratulations again. The best is yet to come. Enjoy and have fun while you do that. Thank you.
We're here to not educate today, but to celebrate today. So let's get on with the celebration. May I invite Chrissy Kappas, our program manager, to come forth, and we will participate in what has become our official graduation ceremonies. So fellows, take your places. I need the deans in their places, and we'll rock and roll.
Humphrey Fellows, if I can have you line up to the side, alphabetical order with Taboo first. From Uganda, Tabua Francis Butagira. From Nepal, Leela Oja Dekal. From Afghanistan, Saeed Intizar Hadim. From Estonia, Krista Kuhl. From Lithuania, Evaldas Labanauskas. From Tanzania, Omar Mohammed. From Romania, Stefan Vlad Odovescu. From Liberia, Priscilla Janet Quia. From Armenia, Armen Sargstan. And from Kazakhstan, Shulpan Zaksebayeva.
That was fast. It's an emotional moment for many of us, I'm sure. Chris, if I could start this next section, what I wanted to do is share just a couple of thoughts that I had about the year, and in the process make sure that we acknowledge all of you individually in the room who have contributed and made this year most meaningful. I want to share a few moments of thoughts, and as I do so, I hope this is going to work. Thank you. I hope as we've watched the headlines out of Nepal, as the world has wept, that we can stay hopeful. As our nation watches the boulevards of Baltimore echo the footpaths of Ferguson, which Omar and I were just commenting on CNN as we walked down today, the clarion call has come worldwide for more leaders. Loudly, desperately, they are needed. In the footsteps of Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, perhaps it has never been answered more calmly and quietly, yet this afternoon, in this powerful place we call the Cronkite School. We want to present and celebrate this new class of Cronkite leaders to you. in the tradition of Hubert H. Humphrey, the program's namesake, who said, "A leader is one who summons the best from others as he calls upon the best within himself to join in the common cause and in the common purpose." Each of you here has helped in the leadership education of our fellows, from the Barrett attachés to the faculty mentors, the friendship families, faculty and staff individuals like Nancy, Nick, and Deanna, who helped them harness the power of pictures and the web to tell amazing stories. But nobody has probably personally and professionally helped more than our program manager, Christy Kappas. Christy, take a bow. Now, 3 weeks ago, Christy and I and the fellows sat inside these strange critters of leadership, these pink Jeeps up in northern Arizona, and we had a chance to look into their eyes and look at the wonderful monuments and recognize the power of the poet who says, "Some monuments move." Living monuments like Taboo, whose passion for journalism will enrich young journalists in Uganda for decades to come, even as his words will be on the BBC from Washington, D.C. during the next 6 weeks. Leela's education dedication has allowed her fluency in English to flourish, and she'll share that plus all the language of leadership at the Voice of America. Intezar is taught all around the valley and indeed the country about the complexities in this relationship between America and Afghanistan. And next, he will be teaching at Amnesty International before his next political office, I'm sure, back home. Krista, who smiled on us with kindness from Estonia, yet she too has the leadership skill set to become a new mayor back home in her hometown. Evaldus, always even-keeled, has reinvented himself this year, shared the change with his wonderful family, as other fellows have, and soon the media information systems of his beloved Lithuania will be changed and enriched by his entrepreneurial ideas born and hatched right in this building. Omar will take business news to new heights on mobile platforms back home in Africa, but first Manhattan, and helping launch the African edition of Quartz. Vlad's vision for the power of investigative journalism now has a global home for collaboration via his platform website showing the pulse of IRE centers all across this country and interviews with visionaries like our own Len Downey. Priscilla, with all the majesty of an African queen, has taught us about endurance, trial, and testimony. She will empower young women to find new and powerful roles of leadership back in her homeland in Liberia. And Armin from Armenia, our own king of the barbecue, but really his creative realm knows no bounds, from polar bear sustainability, we'll show you that video during the food, to tales of fairy tales and how parents can teach children important lessons around the world. It's an amazing website. Finally, Chopin. He's graced every nook and cranny here at Channel 8, up in the teaching hospital upstairs, thanks to Kelly and his staff. She's written scripts and pondered what membership means, all the while building a stronger base for a broadcasting association back home in Kazakhstan. My advice, as we think about these monuments that indeed are moving in all kinds of different directions, comes from a man named Spencer W. Kimball, who said, "Do not make small goals, for they do not have the power to stir men's souls." These are our 2005 Humphrey Fellows with ideas born in hogans and hatched out in the Arizona desert somewhere. Peacemakers who know how to love, serve, laugh, and cry. And they've learned the lessonships of leadership here at Arizona State University, and they're ready to sail on to new heights. that's their mission, and they created that video the first 3 weeks they were here. They've lived it for 9 months. Now let's hear from them, and I'll get off the platform. Starting with Taboo, we'll just roll down and let them each talk for 2 minutes.
Tonight, a trip ends, but the journey of our lives and of our profession accelerates. And the Cronkite School can, through us, be justly proud of its significant addition to the building blocks of knowledge and society, as I am sure all fellows will. It is 266 days today since I landed here on August the 6th, 2014, at Sky Harbor Airport at about 3 a.m. after an eventful 38 hours of flight. The searing desert temperature at daybreak and the months after was a welcome overdose. The dean, faculty, staff, friendship families, and the legion of volunteers, guests and colleague fellows, I acknowledge your presence and say sincere thanks for the tremendous contributions you have made to my overall repository of knowledge. I arrived at the Cronkite School as an experienced but analog newspaper journalist. Tonight, I leave as a transformed multimedia journalist and polished professional. But learning never stops. The Hubert H. Humphrey Fellowship, better known in my country as the Fulbright Fellowship, is a phenomenal opportunity for growth. If you, like me, took early primary school classes under a tree, learned to write on the sand, and cut sorghum stalks into counters to arrive at the correct addition, multiplication, division, and subtraction answers, and end up as a Fulbright Fellow at the Cronkite School, particularly standing on this hallowed First Amendment Forum days to give a graduation speech to an accomplished family of thriving intellectuals as you, you can't be more humbled by the unlimited possibilities in this world. I am encouraged, irrespective of your background, that irrespective of whatever pedigree, success can come your way if you work for it. This attests to one fact: education is the best equalizer. This I owe to my brother Moses, who in spite of limited resources sacrificed to pay my tuition through to the university, and our father Onesimus, who without formal education, together with 2 contemporaries, had the wisdom and chose to surrender land to found a church and school in a village so that we, their children, could read. It is not until you know the true story of what people have endured in life to become what they are when you meet or know them that you can deeply appreciate their own gains, not through your own lenses and measure, but theirs. Privilege can blind, despise, and fault, while deprivation begrudges, prejudices, chains to victimhood, and polarizes. That is why the world outlook is in a binary fashion: us against them, the rich against poor, the uneducated against educated, the beautiful against the ugly. We need to have a more informed compassion. In the 8.5 months, I have learned a lot, and learned, shared to the best of my ability in class, community meetings, professional development seminars, social interactions, and by traversing the United States from coast to coast. Every exploration was worth. There are friendships I built and expect to last a lifetime, but I am also a pragmatist. I know at some point probably some will not work as envisaged. This is an intersection of excitement, trepidation, and anxiety, and I choose to hold to a future of greater promise to share knowledge and learn more. In ending, Dr. Bill, thanks for being a father figure, professor, and allowing me draw on your very credible name, including for my successful application to attend the effective editor training at the Poynter Institute, where I was the only African reporter among 20 American editors. To Christy, you are truly amazing organizer. With a photographic memory and attention to detail, you have been a constant voice of caution, reminder, and accomplishment. I wish you both good health and longer lives. Colleague fellows, I know you're the most important people right now Please, can I inconvenience you a little by just asking you to take a look into each other's eyes? Yes, you had to. It won't be the same this weekend, as we each depart to different cities for our professional affiliations. Next week will be a far different experience, and we will each be on our own upon return after 6 weeks. I love you all, guys, and I am confident of your towering skills to make your respective societies better, not bitter and bleeding. Good luck in your careers and in all your personal endeavors as we strive to be the words for a fair and free world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bill. To me, it's really great experience to spend 1 year in the United States. I have learned a lot about leadership, and because of recent my country's tragedy, I don't have much to say about this program, although I'm very proud to be a part of Humphrey Fellow, and I really learned what is leadership really means and how it impacts to the world as a developed country and developing country. And also, I traveled different states to attend conference and workshops. I took online course. I took journalism classes here at Cronkite, and I'm really grateful with Cronkite professor, my coordinators, Dr. Bill and Christy, and my mentor, my host family, and obviously my family, my lovely 2 kids, and my husband. Because of them, I was able to grab this whole opportunity. So I'm very thankful to all of you, and I especially want to express my deep gratitude to the IIE and US State of Department who selected me to have this privilege and to grab this opportunity. Thank you very much.
You may all know Afghanistan is a spectacular country with a very long and vibrant history of braveness and hospitality. But I found the same in Arizona. Thank you all Arizonians for making this Arizona and hosting me like an Arizonan boy. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard and Ms. Frida, for making your home my home. And I have to thank my mentor, Virgin Zuli, who was supporting me in every second, in every single step I was taking toward my future. Now we all observe, today the international agenda is so not forgiving. You see the global challenges of terrorism, the climate changes, the hunger, and as well the deadly diseases. All these concerns are hampering the smooth process of global stability. Most importantly, my country, Afghanistan, is in the brink of a major breakthrough. But we should not feel that all these things will stop us moving forward and making this world better for us. Beside 10 million new school enrollment, still 54% of the Afghan men are illiterate. 42% of the Afghan people are living under the poverty line. 87% of the Afghan women are experiencing some form of domestic violences. Well, to fight with these all tremendous and debilitating challenges, I have to have a promise today. I have to play my role to revive my country back. I have a promise today to bring the historic prestige of my country back. And I have a promise today to make my country a true, legitimate, democratic country, no matter what will it cost. What I would like to wrap up my remarks by taking the opportunity to thank all single Americans who have been supporting the Humphrey program so far. Thank you, State Department and Mr. Humphrey, for initiating this wonderful, wonderful opportunity for all these youngsters coming from the world. And thank you, Dr. Bill. Thank you, Christy, for injecting the idea of leadership and resilience in our mind. Today I have a promise, and I want to assure you that I'm a young leader, and I will prove it very, very soon. Thank you very much. God bless America.
Dear friends, dear family, last couple of days I've been spending listening to some old good music, and I got this Neil Young's song in my head, and my roommate can prove that I'm keeping singing that song. The song is about searching for a heart of gold, that we are all miners for searching for something, or heart of gold. We all came here to search something. Is it wisdom, challenges, friendship, families, passion, desire? But you can imagine that these people who are here and other 7 billion people on planet Earth, how special is the occasion that I met you and we met each other. This is damn amazing. I would like to thank you for this great journey. Every journey has the beginning and the end, but I'm pretty much sure we are on the halfway, and that we all came together to share and care. Thank you for this safe journey, and if I make another journey, I would like to do it with you. Thank you.
Dear friends, time is going so fast, and it seems like yesterday I was standing here and giving Humphrey program welcome speech, and now I am giving graduation speech. But well, this year was amazing. I had unbelievable experience in both my personal and professional life. And what most important, I found new good friends. I had experience what does it mean to be American, what does it mean to drive a minivan, travel to work 1 hour or even more, and so on. I also, after more than 10 years, had an incredible experience to be a student again. Well, maybe I was not the best one, but I got lots of knowledge in my professional area and beyond it. I think Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication is the best, as well as Arizona State University. I very appreciate the opportunity the Humphrey program has given me to meet such intelligent, professional, passionate professors and students. And let me be honest, you are living in the wonderful and full of opportunities country. People of United States are diligent, smart, and friendly. You are lucky, as I am now, because I had this Humphrey year experience in America. Thank you very much for the opportunity you gave to me and my family. God bless America.
Hello, everyone. As Evaldas just said, it seems like just yesterday I stood up here and introduced myself to all of you. And now here we are saying goodbye. It's been an extraordinary year, and I just wanted to spend these 2 minutes just to express my gratitude to all those who've made this last 10 months such a special time for me and my colleagues. And I actually would like to start by expressing my special thanks to the other 9 people sitting here as well. We were literally strangers that were brought together quite randomly, I believe. And because of this experience, I'm now forever connected to you all. I will cherish that connection and build on it and hopefully create some wonderful things after we leave this place. I also, when I stood here 10 months ago, I said one of the things that I'd like to do during my time here is to watch as many live sports as possible. And actually it happened. And I want to single out Professor Peter Bhatia, who through his incredible generosity took me to countless basketball games. We cheered for the Suns together. They didn't make the playoffs, but you know, they tried. So thank you very much, Peter. I also would like to say thank you to my mentor, Andrew Leckie, whose wisdom and patience and continuous support made this an incredibly and a wonderfully special learning experience for me. My 2 professors, they're not here today, Catherine McManus and Rita Hill, whose digital entrepreneurship knowledge I will take as I go further in my career. I'd also like to say thank you to Sandy Barr, my Humphrey mom, as I like to call her, who was always patient as I ask countless questions about Arizona politics, which sometimes can be a little bit confusing. I'd also like to say thank you, extend my thank yous to Dr. Bill and Christy. I don't have enough words to express my gratitude to the both of you. You were incredibly patient with us, our greatest cheerleaders, and you are always present to support us, and I hope you continue to be like that as we leave this program. And last but not least, I'd like to extend my gratitude to also Dean Callahan and Dean Kristen Gilger and the entire Cronkite family. You welcomed us with incredible warmth, and you made us feel like we were at home throughout our entire 10 months here. So thank you very much, and as we would say back home, asanteni sana.
Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to see you all today. We arrived in Phoenix in August last year. And after we bought plenty of sunscreen, we went to Tempe to meet the president of ASU, Mr. Michael Crow. Among other things, he challenged us to learn something new every day. And I'm sure that my colleagues remember that. That's not an easy task because we live in a time when people live mostly inside their phones or their laptops and they are too busy to learn something new. Furthermore, as people get older, they tend to be pleased and even proud of their own ignorance. So I tried to do what Mr. Cross said, and not only because he's the boss around here, but because I was about to start a 10-month stay in the United States and I wanted to make this time useful. So I learned from my colleagues about friendship and tolerance. I learned from Dr. Bill and Christy about leadership and about being organized. I learned from Starbucks how coffee shouldn't taste like. I learned from Brendan Quester from the Arizona Center for Investor Reporting about ambition, the noble ambition of creating a useful organization to serve my community. My beautiful host family, Estrella, teach me about kindness and generosity. The wonderful Romanian friends I made here, Lalescu family, teach me about keeping my identity and in the same time adjusting to the community I entered. Elizabeth taught me how to smile again and showed me how to love the small worlds around me. I learned from my friend Dave about dealing with the extreme situation and finding my way literally without using GPS or something like that. His wife Chris showed me how to remain curious. I learned from Jackie and Len about sharing knowledge with the others younger than me. And America taught me about being powerful, free, and human. Thank you for being here.
I give praise to the Almighty God who has afforded me this opportunity. I give God the praise so much in the name of His Son, my Savior, Jesus Christ. I thank Him because it had to be Him for me to be able to go through this year. So I'm so grateful to God, first and foremost. And coming here, you know, when I was back home, I took it for granted who I was. I think a lot of us do that. You just assume that you are who you are. But coming here made me to understand that I'm an African, you know, an identity that I've come to appreciate because that's how you can be distinguished or can be tell from the others here. So it has encouraged me to study more about myself so that I can be able to define myself. So there are a lot of things that I've learned here. I've learned leadership personally and professionally. I learned to stand alone here. I met my husband in the year 2000. But we became friends 2003, really, really close. And over the years, it must sound somehow to you because I'm a professional woman, but I've relied on my husband for almost everything, even though I worked and did everything. So being away from him and having to go through what was happening, I felt so lost. You know, and I became desperate and started reaching out. And in my desperation, I learned from someone who taught me a lesson, you know, that he didn't think it was. But he said something, pretend that you are here all alone and by yourself. And then I went back to the Bible, and I learned that Jesus would take time alone. Like that, so I began to do that. I stood alone a lot for a lot of different reasons. In that process, I learned to find myself. I learned to study who I was, who I am, and I still do that. So I've learned leadership in a lot of ways. I want to say thank you to Dr. Bill. Dr. Bill is the sweetest person that I've met here so far. It's not because, he's here, but Dr. Bill has a way of telling you that you are good, getting the best out of you. So much so that when he points out something you're doing wrong, you realize that he's doing it for your good or in good faith. So Dr. Bill, thank you. I've been a mentor, but I've learned from you, and I will try to improve mentoring others. And I learned also from Christy a lot of things that I can go into here. I learned from different people. I learned from my friendship family. I learned from Shane, Money, a lot of different things that I was thinking. The Mannings are my friendship family. And then I was thinking just this morning, I'm like, when my husband come here, and then I start to prepare something, and he will go like, where did you get that one from? I say, talk to Shane, you know, because our dishes were different. So on this program, there are a lot of things we learned that are not academic, but that has to do with the friendship family connection, and you realize that you get to understand the American way of life outside of school. So I appreciate my friendship family. I appreciate my faculty mentor, LJ. I appreciate the instructors who took their time to allow us in the classes and explain when most of the concepts didn't make sense to me because they didn't relate to where I come from, but they were patient to give their time. I appreciate the attaches and friends who weren't part of this program, but they gave their friendship. You are really special to me. I appreciate the Liberian community that I met here, and I made new family. I appreciate my church. I just appreciate everyone who one way or the other supported me in a way that you don't understand. It meant a lot to me. It really meant a lot to me, and I'll continue to cherish the time that I spent here. To my colleagues, I learned from reading my president book that she called This Child Will Be Great, and you see that she really maximized networking, and today one of her strong points why she's been successful as a leader is because of the network she's built over the years. So I hope we can build on the network that we started here together. If I left you out, I don't intend to. I do appreciate all of you that smile in the corridors on a day that I needed it. Thank you for the time that we spent here together.
Dear friends, how are you doing? This question I was asked first moments when I came here to USA. And in the beginning, I was honestly trying to answer these questions. I used to stop people and tell how I'm doing and how it's going. Sometimes I even used to chase them and follow them. Because no one listened to me, they just rushed. And some people even were wearing headphones, so. And even several times I was accused to being disturbing and even harassing them, which is not true and not fair. Now, using this opportunity, since you are sitting here and you will not escape, and you will not have chance to escape, I want to tell you how I am. I'm great, thank you. Thank you for opening this opportunity for me, my organization, Media Initiative Center in Armenia, and my country, Armenia. This Humphrey year supersized me. I got bigger heart, deeper knowledge, wider vision, smaller eyes because of computers, but I see that I'm not the only one here, so that we don't count. Since I'm leaving Phoenix and I may not see you and you may not see me, I would like to help you in remembering me. Just a few tips. Armen kept all the rules and regulations of the program, Arizona state and US laws, with minor exceptions. Professors Bill Silcock, Chris Lamont, Leslie Torrenton, coordinator Christy Capes, and my mentor Brian Snyder will never regret having Armen around them. Now there is a list who will regret, but we will skip it. Armen is not the Armen who came here last year. He is changed, and all to the best. Armen invested all his efforts to teach Vlad Odobescu, Evaldas Labanauskas, and Tabu Budajira to make greatest Armenian barbecue. Armen has a new Humphrey family, the first row. Armen always states his constant devotion to his wonderful wife Isabel, his talented son Sarkis, his parents, and his unique country called Armenia. Thank you very much. Nice to miss you.
Good afternoon, dear friends. I should say that I arrived here in Phoenix 10 months ago with two thoughts. That Phoenix is a symbol of eternal renewal, and that all people we meet in our life are sent by God for teaching us some lessons. And I should say that after 10 months being in Phoenix, living in Phoenix, I should say that all these two thoughts confirmed my life. For me, exactly, it was a great exit from the comfort zone. All of us try always to be in comfort zone and to be surrounded by people whom we like. But I think that actually people are growing only when they make exit from comfort zone, when they put themselves in a very maybe interesting situations that they met before this time. And I should say that I'm very happy to be one of the first representatives of Kazakhstan at Arizona State University. And I'd like to thank for this incredible opportunity to be part of Cronkite School of Journalism, one of the best journalism schools in the USA. And I want to thank my beloved Professor Dr. Bill, who was mentoring and who was guiding me the whole day, like maybe mother and father in one role. But no, we had mother, yes, no. Our mother is Christy Kapes, yes. And I'm very happy that the whole year I was led by such incredible people. If you think that my Humphrey year was successful, it was successful thanks to my professors, by Virgil Rinzuli, by my mentor Craig Allen, by other professors and people whom I met, and I'm very thankful for the help and the support from my friends and from Scottsdale friends from the family of Saule Moldebekova, Жанна Pernissiaro, Richard Finnegan. And I think that when I did first step here in Arizona, and I met and I also I'd like to thank my Humphrey mother Didra Sparling, yes. And when I came here, arrived in August, and I met my Humphrey mother Didra Sparling, I was so disappointed by the weather. And we just drove for maybe 10 minutes, and I looked at her and said, "So is it dessert?" And she said, "Yes, it is dessert." And I can tell that I fell in love with Phoenix. Yes, and then gradually, maybe in the end of October, I was strolling around Phoenix, and accidentally that I understood that I love this city. It happened on 26th of October. I remember this. Yeah. So, and of course it happened because of all of you, because of Arizona State University, because of my dear fellows and my friends, because of Christy, because of Dr. Bill. You did everything that this Humphrey year would be one of the turning points in my life, and I'm sure that it will give me some wings to make a very high flight and to be renewed and to do all the best for my country and for media sector in Kazakhstan. Thank you so much.
Chopin, will you stay standing, and will all of the Humphrey Fellows stand up and turn around? And let's give them one, no, you can come up here if you want, or just stay right there. Let's just give one round of applause to the whole group. Go, give them a... Thank Thank you. You'll have a chance to shake their hands, take pictures, and all of those wonderful things in about 1 minute. Final word, fellows, if you'll sit down, we'll hear from President Jimmy Carter.
Congratulations, Humphrey Fellows, on the successful completion of your program year in the United States. I announced the creation of the program in March 1978 in Caracas, Venezuela, to honor Vice President Hubert H. Humphrey's exemplary leadership, his tireless devotion to public service, and his sincere hope for greater understanding among nations. I never imagined that 35 years later, more than 5,000 outstanding participants from 158 countries would have taken part in this amazing program. Back in 1978, I said that this program would promote democracy, social justice, and lasting cooperation with the developing world. And since that time, more than 45 U.S. universities have hosted Humphrey Fellows. The Fellows are making an essential contribution to creating a more peaceful, just, and prosperous world through their work in public health, education, environmental protection, journalism, law, human rights, and more. Alumni from the first class of 27 Fellows include Kenneth Kanda, Ghana's ambassador to the United Nations, Eben Kamanoa of Liberia, currently chair of the National AIDS Commission in that country, and David Mina, a former member of the Israeli Knesset. Humphrey alumni also include the first female Supreme Court justices in Brazil and Bhutan, the foreign minister of Croatia, the executive director of South Africa's Human Rights Commission, winners of the Secretary of State's International Women of Courage Award from Iraq and the Maldives, and many other fellows and leaders in their fields. Humphrey Fellows' achievements attest to the value of this program and the benefits of America's investment in building knowledge and building cooperation among people around the world. In my State of the Union address to the nation in January 1978, I said, quote, "From time to time, our nation is blessed by the presence of men and women who bear the mark of greatness, who help us see a better vision of what we can become. Hubert Humphrey was such a man," unquote. These words still hold true today. Through the Humphrey Fellows, past, present, and future, the spirit of human rights, service, and leadership, exemplified by this great man, lives on. Congratulations, and keep up the good work.
Your homework, this is next year's Humphrey Fellows. You can figure out the faces that will go with them starting next September. But right now, it's time to celebrate this year's Fellows, so we invite you to join us for food over here. We're going to play a couple of fun documentary videos that the Barrett Attachés put together, so you can stay and watch that, but you've been here sitting a long time, so let's come up and shake hands and join the celebration. One more round of applause for everybody who's been involved.